Welcome, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday and good conclusion to their weekend. Market is remaining in the red here, down 3% in the 24 hours. However, the last 18 hours, BTC has kind of leveled off here around 34,500. So that's a good sign. Hopefully, the weekend carnage is done. But the carnage Friday into Saturday was fast and swift. $407 million in longs liquidated in that 24-hour period alone. In addition, short interest is currently at a 2-month high. That means there's the most number of shorts been initiated in the futures markets in the last 2 months. So that is not a good sign right there. In addition, the Bitcoin greed and fear index at 18 in the extreme fear zone. I cannot remember the last time it was at 18. That is very bearish. 18, it's down from 23 last week, 37 last month. So there's lots of fear in the marketplace. Paul Tudor Jones, macro hedge fund guy, sort of global expert here. He cannot think of a worse financial environment for stocks or bonds right now. He's famous for predicting the 1987 stock market crash to the day. Yeah, his fund returned 300% that year. The guy is a legend in terms of predicting stock market crashes. And that doesn't mean anything's going to crash right now, but his opinions are interesting, and he is long on Bitcoin. But on the other hand, Bitcoin is following in line with the equities markets, as we all know. And at this point, in the near term, he is bearish. He basically encourages just a simple trend following strategy, which basically says when the market's going up, you go long. When the market's going down, you short. And right now, the market is definitely consistently going down. So he's basically saying short the market in the medium to near term future. But he is long on crypto in the long run. So that's good news. Mike Novogratz, another macro expert who's big in the crypto game. He's expecting more pain to come. He agrees. He's predicting around a $30,000 low end target. Technical analyst Capo, he's predicting a $21,000 to $23,000 low end bear market bottom. Credible, another technical analyst, he's predicting 29 to 32,000 in the near term, and then a fall to around 23,000 as his bear market bottom. Tone Vays, he's been around. Crypto technical analyst. He's been around for a lot of bull and bear market cycles. People either love him or hate him. He's known for giving negative opinions when people don't want to hear the negative opinions, but oftentimes he's right. Like in 2018, I remember he was the only one bearish on Bitcoin at the moment here. This is when it was trading between 6,000 to 7,000. Everyone thought that was the bottom, just could have been there so long. He continued to remain bearish. He said that he thought we had another 6 months of carnage. He thought it was going to go down around 50%. He turned out to be spot on correct. Bitcoin did go down to the 3,000s, almost 50%. It stayed there for exactly 6 months. So people didn't want to hear what he had to say. I didn't want to hear what I remember back then. I was like, no, he's wrong. It's going to go up. We're at the bottom. I basically just didn't want him to be right. And he was right. I was wrong. So what does he think now? Well, obviously he's going to be pessimistic. He says Bitcoin looks terrible. He predicts 30,000 in the near term future, and he has a bottom at 20 to 25,000. I kind of agree with everything he's saying. That's around the bottom, I'd say 20 to 25,000. But he does make some interesting points here. He says the bottom will occur when one of two things occurs, either a price point bottom or a time bottom. So either Bitcoin will hit 20 to 25,000, and that's going to be the bottom, and then buying will come in. Everyone can kind of just move on from the bear market cycle. Or about 6 months, he says. So 6 months go by, and then Bitcoin does not really go down. If it stays in the 30s, then that would be the end of the bear market. People will just forget we're in a bear market. They'll stop talking about it. They'll move on, and then the market will go up then. So he kind of insinuates an interesting thought here that maybe it's better for the market to just quickly go down to 20 to 25,000. Then at least we know the bottom's in. People will stop talking about it. The media coverage will be more optimistic. Everyone else will be more optimistic, and the market can just get over the bear market. Crypto market can get over the bear market sooner. It's an interesting point he makes. He might be right there. Crypto Rover, he's a technical analyst. He has some good points here. He's kind of referring to the Bitfinex whale putting in a lot of long bids earlier in the week. I've covered that a bunch here, so he kind of seemed to change his mind here. Initially he reported that the Bitcoin whale the Bitfinex wheel put in a bunch of bids at 34,000 when the market was at around 37,000 a couple days ago. Then 19 hours later, he kind of changed his mind. He thinks it might be whale games. Don't fall for the whale games. What he's saying is he thinks it might be a case of spoofing, as in the Bitfinex wheel put in bids at 34,000, was not planning on actually fulfilling those bids, but knew the market would trend down to 34,000 because people would see the bids and then they would start selling because they would think the market is going down. And then he's insinuating that maybe the Bitfinex wheel would then cancel the bids right when they were about to be filled, right beforehand when the market was around at 34,200, 300, 400, right about where it's at now. And then when the whale would cancel his or her bids, then the market would shoot up a couple thousand to 37, 38,000, and then the Bitfinex whale would sell, meaning the Bitfinex whale wanted to sell all along, but just wanted to get a price point that was around 10% better than the current market was at. So if well, hopefully this isn't true, because then this means the Bitfinex whale, who tends to be accurate, is very bearish. But if the Bitfinex whale's bids are filled, then he's just putting in a directional trade, and he is very bullish on the market. So hopefully that will be the case. There's not been a conclusion to this here, but the 2017, there was an article in Cointelegraph just kind of highlighting the Bitfinex whale strategy, and nothing was proven here, nothing was concluded. They said he put in a lot of bids at the $3,000 barrier when it was just above, and then the Bitfinex whale would cancel those bids right before they were going to get filled, and then would sell at a higher price. Again, nothing was proven. This was just a whale trading on Bitfinex with huge amounts of money, around $60 million. So in 2017, that was big. People noticed these bids and then, made their own trades according to those trades. So again, nobody knows who this Bitfinex whale is, but the insinuation is that this could be the same Bitfinex whale right now, who has a bunch of bids at 34,000. We will see how this plays out. Moving on, news of the day. Jeff Bezos has added the Dogecoin founder to his Twitter account. See, here's the guy he added, and Jeff Bezos does not follow that many people, only 74 people, so that's kind of big news. Who knows? Could be some sort of Dogecoin integration into Amazon soon. Or Bezos could just be a fan of Dogecoin, the way a lot of people are. We shall see. Instagram, big news. I'm kind of surprised it came out on a Saturday. Usually you want to put this news on like a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday when it's reported more. But Instagram is adding NFT support for Ethereum, Polygon, and Solana. Chose those four because those four blockchains basically have the highest trading volumes for NFTs. And additionally, they're also for Silicon Valley blockchains. Facebook, Instagram, that's a big Silicon Valley companies there. So a lot of connections. It kind of makes sense they would choose these four blockchains as opposed to blockchains in Europe or Asia, for example. They will not be charging and sharing for NFTs. So it definitely seems like a move to kind of stay competitive with Twitter, obviously, in the last month for obvious reasons. Twitter has been all the rage with crypto fans. So Instagram, they got to make some moves. They got to become, do some stuff to be trying to do with the crypto crowd too. So that's what they're doing. See how that plays out, but that's exciting news. Sleep Future, I've been reporting on them a little bit. They got listed on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko just yesterday. Good for them. So they're fully on exchanges here. Here's their first day of trading. So not bad. They opened about 22 cents. They're at about 16 cents now. Any coin the first day, it's going to go down. Almost all of them do. A lot of times it's huge dumps. This isn't really that bad. This is just at around 25, 30%. That's to be expected. Looks like it's found some support right here. So I think this is a pretty good one-day chart. It's not bad at all. So good for them. That's it for today. Be back tomorrow with a new video. Ben Crypto signing out. Later.